Me and Kawhi have been doing it for quite a while now, so it's always a pleasure.
LeBron James may smile when asked about Kawhi Leonard, but behind the scenes, it's a different story. Reports say LeBron directly confronted Kawhi over a major scandal, a $28 million fraud scheme. This isn't just about Kawhi, it could damage LeBron's legacy and shake the entire NBA. On September 3, 2025, journalist Pablo Torre reported that Kawhi was tied to a fake $28 million endorsement deal linked to Clippers owner Steve Ballmer. The deal was connected to a company called Aspiration, which has since gone bankrupt and is now under investigation for fraud. The report claims this contract was a no-show job, meaning Kawhi was paid without actually doing any work, and it may have been designed to get around the NBA's salary cap rules. Kawhi never publicly mentioned this deal, not in interviews, on social media, or anywhere else. Now, with the FBI, Department of Justice, and NBA all involved, the big question is, did Kawhi cheat the system, and did the Clippers help him do it?
The grand total number of times that I found Kawhi Leonard ever publicly referencing Aspiration was this.
Ultimately, zero.
Zero times.
Let's break this down clearly. While celebrities like Leonardo DiCaprio, Robert Downey Jr., and Drake actively promoted a company called Aspiration, Kawhi Leonard made more money than all of them, without doing a thing. And that's what has LeBron James so angry. This isn't just about one player getting a shady paycheck. It's about fairness, integrity, and whether the NBA's rules really matter when rich owners and quiet superstars can hide money through fake companies. The story actually starts with Aspiration, a financial tech startup launched in 2013 by Joe Sandberg and Andre Cherney. They marketed it as a green bank that would plant trees and offer eco-friendly credit cards to fight climate change. The idea sounded great. Big names like DiCaprio invested, Downey Jr. voiced ads, and even Drake joined in. Aspiration raised nearly $600 million and was once worth $2.3 billion. But behind the scenes, prosecutors now say it was basically a scam, a Ponzi-style fraud that lied to investors, forged documents, and funneled money to its founders. By early 2025, the company had collapsed into bankruptcy, and investors like Clippers owner Steve Ballmer lost everything. That's when Kawhi's name came up. According to documents uncovered by journalist Pablo Torre, Aspiration secretly signed a $28 million deal with Kawhi in 2022. The money went through his shell company, KL2 Aspire LLC, and the deal was handled by his uncle and manager, Dennis Robertson. The contract gave Kawhi $7 million a year to promote Aspiration, but it also gave him full control over all content, which meant he could choose to do absolutely nothing. And that's exactly what he did.
There was a clause for an out in every single KPI. So they weren't actually key performance indicators, KPIs. They were, if you feel as though this is something that doesn't align with you, or it's too big of an ask, or maybe you don't want to post on social media, maybe you don't want to wear our gear, just let us know, or you don't have to let us know, you just don't have to do it.
Let's put things in perspective. Leonardo DiCaprio made $57 million, Robert Downey Jr. got $68 million, and Drake received $5 million for promoting Aspiration. They all did interviews, commercials, social media posts, or public appearances. Kawhi Leonard? He got $28 million, and didn't do a single thing. No ads, no interviews, no posts, nothing. Former Aspiration employees didn't even try to hide what was going on. One finance executive said Kawhi didn't have to do anything. Uncle Dennis demanded the payment, calling it Priority 1 because it was key to maintaining a good relationship with Clippers owner Steve Ballmer. And this is exactly why LeBron James is furious. This wasn't just a bad business deal. It was, according to insiders, a carefully planned way to secretly pay Kawhi without it counting toward his Clippers salary. While LeBron has spent his career competing under the NBA's strict salary cap, it now looks like Kawhi and the Clippers may have used a shady, backdoor method to keep him happy, funded by a fraudulent company. Even more suspicious, Steve Ballmer personally invested $50 million into Aspiration just weeks before the Clippers announced a $300 million sponsorship deal with the company. Shortly after, Kawhi's personal company was quietly added to Aspiration's payroll. It looks like a money loop. Ballmer's cash goes into Aspiration, then comes right back out into Kawhi's hands. Ballmer now claims he was scammed too and told ESPN he had no idea what was really going on.
These were guys who committed fraud. How would I be able? Look, they conned me. I made an investment in these guys thinking it was on the up and up, and they conned me.
Rival NBA executives aren't buying the excuses, and neither is LeBron James. Sources close to LeBron say he's been quietly fuming ever since Pablo Torre's explosive podcast dropped in September. When LeBron and Kawhi Leonard finally crossed paths, LeBron didn't hold back. He directly asked Kawhi if he knowingly took fraudulent money to stay with the Clippers. What Kawhi said, or didn't say, will be unpacked later in this series. But let's just say this, his silence said everything. Kawhi has always been known for staying quiet. He's famously private, the guy who once panicked about losing his Wingstop coupons despite making nearly $100 million. The same guy who kept driving an old gas-guzzling Tahoe for years. So how did this quiet, low-profile star end up with the single largest endorsement deal Aspiration ever handed out, without saying a word publicly about the company? That contradiction is what LeBron James just can't get past. Because this isn't just about Kawhi. It's not just about Clippers owner Steve Ballmer. This is about whether the NBA's rules mean anything when billions of dollars are in play. If a team owner can secretly funnel millions to a star player through a fake company, and if the league turns a blind eye, then the NBA's salary cap is meaningless. And here's where it gets even worse. Federal investigators didn't just uncover the $28 million endorsement. They also found a secret side deal worth another $20 million in stock options, pushing Kawhi's total haul to almost $48 million, all while doing nothing publicly to promote the company. Behind the official 4-year, $28 million endorsement deal signed in April 2022, there was a hidden second agreement. According to bankruptcy filings and internal documents obtained by investigative journalists, Kawhi was also promised $20 million in Aspiration stock options. That's nearly the same amount Ballmer personally invested into Aspiration just months before. Coincidence? Or the smoking gun? Let's break it down. The official deal was signed through KL2 Aspire LLC, a shell company managed by Kawhi's uncle and business manager, Dennis Robertson, better known as Uncle Dennis. He's no stranger to controversy. Back in 2019, during Kawhi's free agency saga, teams accused Dennis of asking for illegal perks like free housing, ownership shares, and secret endorsements. The NBA investigated but couldn't find solid proof. Still, the accusations never went away. Now, Dennis's name appears again in the Aspiration deal. The LLC that received Kawhi's $28 million is officially registered, care of Dennis Robertson. He's listed as Kawhi's official rep, so when Aspiration agreed to pay out all that money, it wasn't just Kawhi's name on the line, it was Uncle Dennis pulling strings once again. One former Aspiration finance exec spelled it out clearly: Uncle Dennis demanded payment. It was priority one. And remember, that was only part of the story. The side deal,